It's another summer day in the neighborhood. I've seen the hummers on the canna lily flowers this morning. There goes Don to get his paper. Good morning. Mosquitoes are biting already. Grass needs mowed again, and I probably should set up the camera on the canna lily flowers. Our mail guy was on vacation for 2 weeks. He's back, and he's already come this morning with our subscribe and save. I'm here spending a few minutes with Gray. She's desperate for attention. There have been so many mosquitoes the last few days I haven't been outside as much. Hey Gray, just a good girl. Hey Gray. Hey honey. It's been a busy morning here. I've done 2 1-hour Google Meet sessions this morning. It's like Zoom or WebEx. It's what the school's going to be using. Actually, they have to use that. They're not allowed to use the others for whatever reason. And there was an orientation for 11th and 12th graders, and then there was an orientation for 9th and 10th graders, which covers Johnny. And it was just, wow. No, I understood everything. They said some things I didn't want to hear, or at least I think I didn't want to hear. They are going to start the school day at 7:35 every morning and take attendance, and kids have to be on. And Johnny should be in his uniform. And they're basically at Johnny's level. They're going to split the 90 session class sort of in half, and 45 minutes of teacher-led instruction. And then 45 minutes of independent work is sort of what you can expect, and a 35-minute lunch break. So basically, they're going to do the bell schedule virtually. When they're on with the teacher, they have to show their video, their face to the teacher. When they're in independent work, they don't have to be on Google Meet. And then the teacher can use flexibility. You know, today we need more time with the teacher. Today we need more independent time. It'll be a little, well, you know, it wouldn't be a normal vlogging day for me if the camera battery didn't die on me at least one time while I was filming. Thankfully today it didn't happen while Dawn was talking, because I really feel bad when that happens. I do. But I think I was just in the middle of saying that it's going to be like a regular school day, but virtually. Pretty regimented. They want the kids to be prepared to enter the workforce someday, where they have to adhere to a schedule and be well dressed and groomed. And I get all of that, and it's all good. I just would have preferred we'd have moved the school day from 7:30 to 2:10 to like 8:30 and 3:10, or 9 o'clock and 4 or something. But I know they're looking at being back physically in the school buildings and having the same transportation constraints that they have when that occurs. So I sort of get why they didn't change the times, but one could wish. So Johnny's setting up his desk area and getting himself prepared. You know, one can maintain a certain level of calmness when you're prepared for a situation, so that's good. I think we have the information we need. I think we're ready to start Monday. We'll be making some adjustments to sleep schedules and all of that good stuff. And we'll just do what we need to do like we've done every other year. We just aren't headed to town to buy new shoes. And really, we've got all the school supplies we need. So no back to school shopping per se this year, and that's okay. Here in a few minutes, I'm going to get in Ruby, and I'm going to go out and I'm going to play Pokemon, because quite frankly, right now I could use a few minutes of sunshine and Chromatica, Lady Gaga playing in the background, and just de-stress and get away from school stuff for a few minutes. I could probably stand to do that. I'm in Ruby. I've got cold air blowing on me. Air conditioner has not misbehaved since that one day. I don't necessarily think I'm home free. I still think there could be a problem, but just monitoring it. Got cold water, got my tunes cranking. Well, not while I'm talking to you guys, but I got my tunes cranking, and I'm just gonna go catch a few Pokemon. I'm debating if I want to pop into Walmart for a couple of things. It is hot out there, but it's not you know, temperature thermometer reading wise, I think we're about 90, but the humidity and the heat index is higher, of course. It's, you know, your typical summer day in North Carolina, hazy, hot, and humid. I needed to pull out so Johnny could take his private taekwondo lesson. We were running a little bit behind. Ruby did put on that software update yesterday, and this is the speed adjustments for when you're playing back podcasts on TuneIn. Dawn likes to do that. I prefer to, when we're listening, to listen at regular speed. And walk away door lock improvement. So I guess if you're irritated that your Tesla is always locked when you're at your house and you need your phone or your key fob with you, you can change that now. I don't plan to change that, but you can change it now. So that's, let's see, controls, vehicle. Let's just pull that up. Walk away door lock on or off, and you can exclude home if you want to now. So like I said, I don't plan to do that. So I made it to the environmental park, and Ruby got hot on the inside, and the phone app says the temperature, it said it was 84 before I started this clip, and now it's 85. I'm sure in a minute it's going to be 86 because it's basically blowing hot air. You can hear the fan speed is loud, and I double checked that I have it on auto, and that I have it on 68, and that I have that the AC button is grayed out because it's on auto, but it's on. I guess the one other thing folks wanted me to do was to see if the outside fans were running. So let's see what's happening outside the car. Was super loud when I left the house, like pulling down the driveway, super duper loud. Not loud right now. I don't feel any hot air being pushed out of the front of the car at all, and I don't hear the fan motors like you would hear when you're supercharging. I would say the car is not trying to cool the battery pack right now. That would just, you know, I don't really know, but there's not any hot air coming out of any of the spots on the front of the car, and there's no outside supercharging fan motor noise outside either. The only other thing I'll say is it actually did kind of start to feel warm as I was pulling into the environmental park. It wasn't like after I was here and stopped for a little bit. My phone app is still saying 85. I left the door open while I was out there. It's 90 out there. It is humid, not cool air coming out of the air vents right now. Well, I'm just gonna play my game and go on down the road, but I promised I would look at things a little bit next time. Maybe I should have brought Jules out. Not Ruby today. Well, I moved over to South Park, and the cold air started coming out again, and Ruby is saying it's 70 degrees in here now, and the air coming out is cold, and it feels great. Obviously something's not right with the air conditioning system. Probably, I don't know. I'm probably going to schedule a service appointment at this point. Can't have, you know, we could just decide to take off someplace, the three of us, and it really matter, and Ruby get hot and then not even be willing to cool back down again, and I think we would be miserable through the month of August. So also, you know, Tesla did repair the system after we had our off-track experience last October. So you know, if it's not working right, I need to let them know. It's hard to tell in October if anything was right or not, wrong or not, because, you know, it wasn't really needing the air conditioning then, and we haven't driven much this year, so it would have been hard to know too. But yeah, I think I'm gonna talk to Don, and I think we're gonna be opening a service appointment. Although right now it's 69 degrees in here and it feels awesome. I've been sitting here for a while, I don't know, over 5 minutes, and the air coming out is still frigid, stinging cold now, and it's 66 in here, even though I told Ruby to keep the temperature at 68, so it's definitely cooled down. Yeah. decided I am going to go up to Walmart and run in and get a few things that I need. I just feel like it. Yeah, Ruby says it's 97 degrees out there. I guess it's a little hotter than I thought, or she's showing it a little hotter because I was stopped for so long over at South Park. Although usually once you start driving, it comes back down pretty quick. Still totally cool in here. Still sitting at 66. I finally lowered the fan speed because it was just too much cold on my face. And I just had the principal's weekly school message come in on the car. I thought those went out on Sundays. Trying to get away from all that school stuff while I'm out in the car. Stop! No more today. No more. Well, they're still waiting on some equipment, and it sounds like it might be necessary for us to drive up there and pick up some math curriculum, hard copy stuff. That's all fine. I'm sure we won't have to do that bright and early in the morning, but we will get that handled. Ruby's still plenty cool inside. I left the climate on at 78. I always bump it up. And let's see right now. Certainly more noise out here than before, but I don't feel tons of heat coming out. But she's definitely got a fan running underneath there. Well, the good news is there is plenty of toilet tissue, even if it's not the brand you want. I bought one package just because our supply in the attic is getting lower. Not low, but lower. There is a new Matchbox Tesla Convoy out there. It has pipes on the back of it and like a forklift backhoe thing. Not at this store, not today, but it's out there now. I've looked through what they have and I don't see any Teslas of any type. Sorry, little bike. Let's move you back out of the way for the next person. I get it. The kids, they come in, they hop on them for a minute. They get left out in the aisle. Not to mention, it looks like they got a pretty good selection of bikes right now. Ruby says it's 78 in her inside. That's what I asked her to do, so she stayed cool. There's a small rain shower here. Hopefully it's not gonna pour. Yeah, it didn't rain on our side of town, but it was wet enough in the Walmart parking lot and half of the trip home to get the side panels splashed up on from the road. So, oh well, it is what it is. To say that's pretty much a terrible place to be stopped. Dawn came out and helped me in with the groceries, and I vacuumed Ruby's bay before I pulled her in. It's all I can do to stay ahead of the spiders. All I can do. Yes, yes, Ruby, I know. It's always going to be a tight fit. I do appreciate trying to keep us both safe, though. Do appreciate it.
So here's the problem. That's our anchor. That's a very good USB type A to 12 volt converter, or a 12 volt to USB type A. It works. It's a really nice one. It's got an aluminum heat sink on it. We've had it for a couple years. But here's the problem. It won't quite. The cables and stuff just won't quite. See how it hits? It's just a scooch high. So I bought this thing because it's supposed to articulate a little bit. So here we go. I'm going to unplug the anchor one, and now I'm going to plug this one in. I have no idea if it's going to work or not. I have no idea. And of course it takes a second hand. Hang on. Alright, so there's the other one plugged in, and I pushed it all the way forward, and you can see the blue lights here. Actually, this is the advantage of this one. I guess I could probably flip it around the other way. But let's do it right now. It seems to be bent down. So now here's the little drawer. Oh, way cool. It looks like the little drawer is good. Let me see if it actually closes. And let's see here. Oh, way sweet. I would say that is good. I think we're good. So this has a 2 type A, and one of them's a quick charge for iPhone. It has a type C, and it has a little voltage readout, and it's got a very pretty blue color that lights up, and of course this little red trim, which my kitten, she likes that. So I did it the other way, and it actually rotates down even further. I mean, it's like not even touching. And so believe it or not though, even though with the letters right side up, it's actually harder to read the 13.7 volts, but it has on-off switches. See, you can turn on and off the 12 volts, so you don't have to unplug stuff from the gizmo. You don't have to unplug it from the. You just turn it on and off from the switches. Anyway, this thing was like 15 bucks. It wasn't bad, but it definitely solves the issue of clearance with the cigarette the thing hitting. So I'm gonna call that good.
As you guys know, on Don's list of to-do things with Jules is to do a wrap on the center console, and he has both carbon fiber, which is this one, obviously.
Yeah, of course. No name stuff.
Right.
It's not like 3M stuff or anything like that. This is the carbon fiber one.
And this one's really hard to see
because it's white on white.
Because it's white on white, but that's what it'll be, white on white.
That's right, and it comes with the cup holder. I guess the top thing, the little thing.
The bar.
The bar.
Yep.
And the center section. This one came with a little bit different looking bar. It looks like that's cut out for the USB ports.
Yep, I agree.
Yeah. So that, but since the bar is black, it isn't going to stand out too bad, even if this thing doesn't. Because remember, this was for a Model 3 console, and I've been, from the YouTube videos that I've watched, they've all said that the Model 3
same size.
Yeah, the console's the same console in it.
But you're going to watch some videos before you do this. This is not today. This is maybe tomorrow after you watch some more videos and get up your, what's the right word for it? Motivation, comfortableness.
I definitely am leaning towards the white one. And I guess the good thing about it is, with shipping and everything, the white was $12.50. So, tax and everything. So, it's like $12.50. So it wasn't expensive.
Right.
So if I screw it up, totally screw it up, then it's not. I'm not going to cry over it. It's just, screwed up. I'll just buy another one.
Sounds like a plan.
Probably should have bought 2 to start with.
Yeah, so you don't get halfway through it. I think that's happened to a couple of other people.
A couple of YouTubers have said that. Oh yeah, I messed up the first one.
Yeah, this is from the first set. This is from the second set. Yeah.
So I guess I could have bought 2. So anyway, I'm going to watch that YouTube. I thought this one had a card in it that had the YouTube recommended they want, but I'll go find one. The key thing is this is vinyl. This is not
the white one.
The white one is just straight vinyl. It's not paint protection film. So this will take care of fingerprints and maybe avoid some scratches, but it's not really going to protect you if you drop your phone on it. In other words, it's likely to go right through it. So this is thicker. This actually felt a little thicker, the carbon fiber, but I still wouldn't guarantee that this carbon fiber stuff would truly protect anything. It's probably better than the vinyl, but I don't know that it's. That's all I'm saying. It's probably better than vinyl, and I'm encouraged because this is flat. I got a feeling that curl, because I can put it out in the sun maybe and relax.
Will make it harder to work with.
But this guy shipped his flat because it is 2 different companies.
Yeah.
Shipped it flat because this company, I went back to my purchase link and went to them. They didn't sell it in white. They only sold the carbon fiber. So I was like a little bummed on that. So I'm gonna try the white, but I'm gonna be fully caffeinated, cool, calm, fresh. Maybe I'll have a half a beer or something like that. You get nice and relaxed. So this is the little tire patch kit. You know, it's way more than I really wanted, but I wanted this. It's hard to describe this. Hold this up, sweetie. See, what do you think about that?
It's nice and heavy.
Yeah.
It's weighted. It's substantial.
Yeah, and a lot of them are just zinc, and I've read the reviews and the people break them. So this one I don't think you're going to break.
Is this the same plug kit that's in Ruby?
Same plug kit. It's just Ruby's is red and this one's black.
Okay.
The box, and
well, that's fitting.
I'm thinking I'm going to just put the stuff in this nice little Harbor Freight
air compressor
compressor kit that we bought. Ruby's air compressor is a nice little self-contained unit, but it doesn't really pack up. It doesn't have a little carrying case. This came with a cute little carrying case, and you know, this, I'm thinking this kind of stuff will fit in there just fine. You know, pair of pliers, and the lubricant, and the wrench and stuff like that. So I'll see. And of course, I totally get you should have a pair of gloves with you, because it really does. Tires, they get hot and sticky in the mud, and you get crap all over your hand. Then you're going to get over your nice clean white interior. You know, so I definitely think a pair of gloves is a good idea also. And it came with the kit, and it wasn't bad. It was just $20. It has a nice blow mold, but it's overkill for what I was actually looking for. I mean, my God, this is a lifetime
supply. So you could put a little bit in the, I get it, the air compressor bag, and then
put enough to
if you ever use it, you can restock it.
That's
kind of like your first aid kit in the car.
That's
just
right.
need a few Band-Aids and some antiseptic, not the entire
Not the
bathroom
entire-
sink.
That's right. Exactly right.
Are you ready for dinner, Mittens? Are you ready? You look like you've pulled yourself up to the table. Or did Johnny just leave the seat out? Hey, sweet girl. Hi. Mittens. Hello, Bitty Mitt. Hi. Hi, Mittens. Hi. I was over there, midnight, doing everything I could to get Mittens to look at me and get a picture taken, and then I turned around and those two were like perfectly posed, just sort of watching from their own space. I came back to South Park. There's a level 5 raid for Rayquaza. He can be shiny, and they didn't have enough room to add me remotely, so I'm here in person. Car's nice and cool right now, thank goodness. Still 86 out there. Well, I did catch Ray on the 3 accounts that I raided with, and then we tried to do one more raid, and that ended up being an invite disaster. We'll try again tomorrow. They need to let folks create a raid party in advance. It sure would save a lot of headaches, frustration, and almost tears at this point.